mateys.
Welcome to Black Cell Sports Talk. We're here again at the lunch break archives, here to bring you another video. Today we're going to talk about Derek Carr going on a meeting to the Jets this weekend. A lot of people said when he was visiting the New Orleans Saints that he canceled a meeting with a different team. Many speculated that it might have been the Carolina Panthers. Maybe it could have been the Jets. Who knows? My opinion on Derek Carr possibly going to the Jets. A lot of people will say on paper that this is an automatic playoff team. They were only bad at the quarterback position. Everything else was great. They had a good running game with Breece Hall. They had a tremendous defense. They have a set of young wide receivers and Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and all they needed was a quarterback to take them over the top. Kyle Wilson was not very good. Mike White showed flashes, but neither one of them was ready to carry that team to the next level. They just hired Todd Downing as their offensive coordinator. Many of you know that Todd Downing was with Carr for about 3-4 years as the OC and quarterbacks coach with the Raiders. So there's some familiarity with there. But I still think this is a terrible fit for DC. Now, I don't care what his future looks like after the Raiders. I'm not like with everybody else. I'm not sitting here wishing him all the success in the world, all this or all that. I don't really care. I will clap and applaud when we face him, but I hope we crush him when we face him. But I think this is a terrible fit. I'm going to go down to many reasons why this is a terrible fit for DC, and I'll be highly surprised if he signs with the New York Jets. Number one is the division. This is a tough division, man, that's not going anywhere. You got the Buffalo Bills are stacked. The Miami Dolphins are up and coming. All they need is a quarterback. If they get Jimmy G, they might be the better team in the division. Then you got the New England Patriots, which we know once Belichick gets a hold of who his OC is going to be and gets his hand on this defense, New England's always going to be a problem. That's my number one issue with this division. It's much easier to go through the NFC South and get immediate success if you're DC. Going into this division, I think even with DC on the Jets, depending on what the Miami Dolphins do, they could still only be the second or third best team in that division. I don't think DC to the Jets makes the Jets the best team in that division. I don't. So that's one. Two, all of us know that Carr cannot play in cold weather. So I don't get this. Carr has small hands. New York gets super cold. It's not domed. The balls get harder to throw because the air pressure in it makes the ball hard, so you can't get grip on the ball, hence Deflategate. So I don't get this move if he ends up signing with the Jets. I understand on paper it looks like this is a no-brainer, but most Raider fans with some type of knowledge of watching DC and knowing the game of football, I don't know if this is a good fit. This is a tremendous factor in how it affects the Raiders, though. If DC does sign with the Jets, that is huge, a huge indication that the chances of the Raiders signing Aaron Rodgers goes up exponentially. Because then it only leaves Rodgers two options: stay with Green Bay or go to the Raiders. I don't think there was really another option of Aaron Rodgers going to a different team. I don't see him going to Tennessee. Everybody's banging and pounding the table for him to go to Tennessee. I don't see that. Maybe when King Henry was the rushing leader 2 years ago, he was a good fit. But the Tennessee Titans are going to lose a lot of players. They need a lot of offensive line. They're going to lose some of their star players on defense. So I don't see him going to Tennessee. I don't see him going to the Saints. I don't see the Packers trading Aaron Rodgers to anywhere in the NFC. So looking at the Titans, the Raiders, Green Bay, Miami, I don't see Aaron Rodgers in Miami. So that would be a huge indication that maybe Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders will pick up even more steam. And I've told you guys in the last video how I feel about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Raiders. This also affects the draft. It affects the draft because if Carr goes to the Jets, they have the number 13th pick, I believe. We don't have to worry about them trading up for a quarterback. You then had to put a lot of attention on the Panthers possibly trading up. You would put a lot of attention on the Saints trying to move up to get a quarterback late because they're banking on trying to sign DC. These are teams that are banking on trying to get DC. NFC South teams. Because whoever in the NFC South gets a quarterback, most likely they're going to win the division. You know, you got the Panthers without a good quarterback. The Saints without a good quarterback. Tampa Bay doesn't have a good quarterback. And Atlanta is trying to see if they have something with their quarterback that they picked last year, which, you know, you can't really grade him, but he didn't show very much last year. He only played a couple of games. Atlanta is devoid of talent on both sides of the ball. So who knows what they do? Maybe they try to go after a quarterback. But back to DC. Eric Bieniemy going to Washington and becoming the offensive coordinator over there would be a big move for them, and that would be a better look for DC fit-wise, in my opinion. You have a veteran wide receiver in Scary Terry. You have a very good defense. You have some familiarity with Jack Del Rio. And you know the defense is going to get their side of the ball done. And that division is kind of, you know, you got the Eagles, but everybody else is kind of up in the air. I just think that the AFC, for Derek Carr to try to have the goal to stay in the AFC, he's making his road to become successful even tougher. Going to the Jets is going to put a lot of pressure on him, which comes to my other reason why he shouldn't go to the Jets, which is the New York media. If you think we were tough on DC and everybody saying, oh, the Raiders were treated him bad because they benched him, dude, the New York media is relentless. The New York fans are relentless. They don't have the type of loyalty and love that we have for our players. If he doesn't come in and hit the ground running because they feel like they're just a quarterback away, he's going to become the savior in their eyes if he gets signed, right? So if he doesn't come in and start balling out and putting up W's, dude, they're going to go after DC's head quickly. And I don't think it's going to end well. Because if he fails in New York, he may not get another chance to start in the NFL. He may not get another chance to start in the NFL again because That's a roster that's ready to win. But if he takes on that, you know, he has to win. And I think there's more stuff against him than for him going to New York. The division, the media, the cold, the expectations. All the media outlets, whether it's Colin Cowherd or ESPN or NFL, all the journalists, they're saying if the Jets get Derek Carr, they're going deep into the playoffs. It's going to go hyperbolic if they sign Derek Carr. And guess what? I don't know if DC could hold and carry that weight. I don't know if he can, man. I don't know if he can. I think it would be good for him to visit the Jets and have teams have a bidding war on what they're going to give him contract-wise. That would be smart. But I wouldn't sign. If I'm part of Derek Carr's team, I'm telling him New York is not the place for you. Yes, it's probably the most talented roster out of all of them. But if you want immediate success, I would go to the Panthers. And I keep on saying I would go to the Panthers. I think the Panthers have a younger roster than the New Orleans Saints. They're not in cap hell like the New Orleans Saints are. And if DC goes to the Panthers, they're automatically the best team in that division. And it's no question. DC goes to the Jets, they might be the second best team in that division. Might. Because I don't think that DC on the Jets makes the Jets better than Buffalo. And I don't know if they're even better than Miami if Miami ends up getting Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's what I have to say about this weekend's trip for DC going to New York Jets to see what they have to offer him. If you guys think different, go ahead and comment below and let me know what's up. Black Sails out.